outside, and there was no guarantee you were going to get in. And I said to my husband, I think we better go in with my key because I hate to miss this first show. So we used my key and went in. I didn't realize, but that put me on the side with the elites, all the invited guests. Liza was sitting in front of me. I wasn't aware of it at the time, and Lucille Ball was there, Van Heflin and his wife, and Ganesh Johns, Dick Van Dyke, and, you know, all the people. So when it ended, we went out this right door, and the usher said, well, would you care to come into the party, sir? So my husband said, well, of course. So it wasn't then that we realized that we were in the party, as I said, with all of the VIPs at CBS, all the elites, all the distributors, and my boss's boss was there, and he raised an eyebrow over his drink and looked at me, and I should say, what's she doing in here? And I thought, my God, I'm in trouble. And we didn't know anybody, because everybody knew everybody, and we found some distributors, out-of-town distributors, nice couple, and we sat down next to them. And this is Judy coming into the party. Now, you notice the dress that she wore in the rehearsal? This is Judy. She didn't go, if you want to put her in a gown to perform, you can do that. When it was over, she would just put on this dress that she'd been wearing the week before, that she was comfortable in. She wasn't a clothes horse. This is just the way she was. So I wasn't going to try and talk to her because I thought, I'm in trouble. But we were sitting down, and all of a sudden, she's standing right next to me here, and she's talking to David Begelman and Jerry Van Dyke, or they're talking to her, talking down to her, and I thought, I have to say something from Lorna Smith. So I grabbed her hand, and she grabbed mine back, and we must have stood there for 4 or 5 minutes. And I wanted to die. I would have gone and got into a corner, but she wasn't going to let go. She didn't know who I was, but somebody wanted to talk to her. And when she dealt with these two men, she would turn and talk to me, and she did eventually turn. And I said, Lorna would never forgive me if I didn't give you best wishes from the club in England. And she looked at me, she must have thought I was mad. And I said, you remember me from the recording studio? And her face lit up, yes, of course. And with that, they literally dragged her out of my hand. So I went and sat down, and the wife of the distributor said, did you know Judy? And I said, well, I did meet her in London a few times. And she said, but don't feel too bad. They've taken her over to Luella Parsons. And then this is who... Well, of course, she was the great gossip columnist, and Hedda Hopper. You've all heard of Luella Parsons. She was quite an old lady then, but Judy went and chatted to her, and there's her with Mickey. And what was going on at the time, I have to mention, while I was sitting away typing upstairs in the office, there were a bunch of teenagers that